Before Do Space opened in November, there were a lot of questions about the concept, but now people are starting to get it. The first of its kind center made possible through a couple of key partnerships, including one with Metropolitan Community College. Chris Swanson and Gary Gerard have worked diligently on this for a while, and it's nice to meet both of you. Thank you for coming in.
Well, thanks for having us this morning.
So Gary, somebody says to you, what is Do Space? How do you answer that question?
That's a fun question to answer, actually. The Do Space is a one-of-a-kind concept unique to Omaha. It's a community technology library open to the entire community, and it's a digital workshop and an innovation space providing access to all walks of life of the greater Omaha area. Located on 72nd and Dodge.
Oh yes, well, we remember when it was under construction and people were driving by going, like, what is this building? What's going in there? What is Do Space? It was like, as you're saying, the concept is brand new, period, not just to those of us in Omaha, but really across the country. And when you say it serves people of all walks of life, I saw a news story on Action 3 News a week or so back about these seniors who were in learning about everything, like from what is the internet to how do I code. So who do you see the age range of people coming to Do Space? What is it?
All ages, all ages. So mostly after school programs, we see a lot more teenagers and youth there, but during the day we do see a lot of seniors. I just heard a story yesterday of a 55-year-old gentleman who had never touched a computer in his life, went there, was able to get help accessing the computer, the internet, and they asked him what he wanted to learn about. Wanted to learn how to unclog a drain. So they pulled up a YouTube video,
I love that.
The tremendous power of the internet and all that knowledge, that intimidation was able to get help, and now he can do anything.
You're so right about that. I think people just, like, you're fearful, like, which buttons do I push? I don't want to break this thing. And so you are intimidated to even try, but then once you start, you're online or you're bumping around on a device, and it's like the world opens up, whether it's a plumbing video or something else.
That's right.
And you realize, like, it's about quality of life to me. And so I'm excited to see what this means for the city long term. But what about MCC, Metropolitan Community College, and your presence at Do Space? What is that like?
The first level of the Do Space provides access to rich technology. The second level, we will offer courses and workshops that will apply the technology to real life experiences.
Give me an example.
So we will have a variety of certification kinds of courses, Microsoft certification, Apple certification, workforce development, programming for folks who are retired, learning in retirement, and college for kids, college for teens. So the whole continuum of learning in lifelong learning, we will offer programming to hit, from youth all the way through retirement.
Are those programs included with a regular membership, or do you need sort of extra credentials or something
just
to
regular
be part
membership.
of it? Which you can get online. This stuff's free. The membership to Do Space, there's no cost, is there?
So the first floor.
This is where I'm going, because you can't do all this stuff for free, Chris.
So the first floor, everything is free. It operates similar to a public library. So anybody's is free to join for a free membership. Access to all the computers, 3D printing. Upstairs is Metropolitan Community College, and that's where we run our continuing education. Some of those classes will be free. Some of them do have a cost.
And I know you try to make that as low as, it's like, right? It's as low as you could possibly, just to justify it. But
that's one of the beauties of this partnership with the Do Space on the first floor, is that we're all about accessibility, even at Metropolitan Community College. So we want our programming, our curriculum to be accessible to everyone in Omaha as well.
That's awesome. Take me back to November. What was that grand opening like for you and for the whole crew at Do Space?
The grand opening was amazing. We had near 3,000 people, visitors, come through the space. And on the second level, in terms of MCC, we had over 40 demonstrations, exhibits, showcasing a variety of continuing education kind of courses. It's like what's yet to come. We're just kicking off our opening or grand opening at the end of January. And we will kick that opening off with a Science on a Sphere exhibit which will be unique. Such a thing doesn't exist in Omaha. Science on a Sphere is an interactive globe of the world, and changes. It's like a sphere that changes from the Earth to the Sun to any kind of space,
cool.
and really is geared for K-12 and STEM kinds of programming.
This is perfect because if I think back to school, I loved math and science, but I mean, a lot of my classmates were kind of like, boy, I don't even understand what we're talking about here. And when you can give kids something to put their hands on, and then they understand the concepts all of a sudden, and then you think about the future of engineering or any other field, like this is, to me, is the most exciting part about Do Space. It's not what today looks like, but it's what these kids are going to be up to years down the road.
Right.
We have about a minute left. If you think about the future of MCC at Do Space, what does it look like?
Yeah, well, so it's not a traditional classroom. So I think that's what we want our students, our participants, to really be active in the learning process. So it's very hands-on. We can bring the latest and greatest technology to our students. We also have something, an innovation lab, has a rubberized floor. We can get messy. So the future is completely wide open.
Yeah.
Any type of learning or training opportunity you can think of, or your viewers can think of, come to the Do Space, and we can figure out a way to bring that training opportunity, that learning opportunity to you.
Online, it's dospace.org, of course, 72nd and Dodge on the southwest corner there, and Metropolitan Community College. While this is super exciting, I know you've got a lot of other things to be proud of there, and for our viewers, if you're interested in enrolling, whether you are getting ready to graduate from high school or you've been in the workforce a while and you're ready to change directions, there's some helpful information online at mccneb.edu. Chris, Gary, it's great to have you.
Thank you
very
Mary.
much, and
Appreciate it.
thanks for all you're doing at Do Space. It's terrific. What happened?